Well, good morning. I'm here on familiar territory, but I've started slightly different. I've actually parked just above this rather rough looking downhill bit. We're actually on the road I've walked quite a few times. It comes from the car park at Monique Dam. It then cuts off to the left if you want to continue, as I did once before, going up towards what I called in an earlier walk, which is on YouTube, towards the tin mine. But the reason I'm redoing this, and I shan't be filming much of the first part because it's already there on let's say on the walk that's described as something to the tin mine, towards the tin mine, is that last time I found this path carried on. Although it's not marked as carrying on, it certainly did. You could see it going on over the top of the hill. But I ran out of time, and I'm fascinated to know as to where it actually leads. As I mentioned, there were one or two trucks that passed me by, and they actually had like window frames in. So I'm guessing somewhere up there someone is building a house of some sort. So I'm going to turn off now. Well, I've just stopped on this bend because see the difference now. When I walked up here, I don't know, was it about 3-4 months ago, this was dry, and now of course we're in the rainy season, so quite a nice flow going down here, and most of the little farms and huts that you pass are actually just above this stream, so you can understand why they're here. Very interestingly this morning, normally I never see a soul walking. In the first half hour I've passed a group of 4 coming down, all Thai, and then a Western guy with a lady coming down not far after them, but I think it is doing it separately. So, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I've seen a few of these lately. And the little crabs, bright red in colour. First saw them last week on, or 2 weeks ago, when we went from Kamala over the top to Callan Viewpoint. Simcoe spotted him before I did, or I did spot one myself. They seem to go up to about, well, the only ones I've seen so far, got up to about 2 inches. So obviously we know land crabs exist. There's that famous migration of quite large crabs on some, I think it's Pacific Island. Happens every year, and they all pour down to the sea. I don't see these little ones getting anywhere near the sea. It's a long way away. Whether they go into ponds or stream, I don't know. Something to look up later. I've walked into another hiker, bumped into another hiker coming down, and it's Glenn.
Hello.
So Glenn's actually first time. Well, you've been on this path before? No, you haven't. So Glenn was coming down, but he's going to turn back up because he wants to see what I'm going to explore. He wants to see that. He came up actually from the main road, yeah, with
from the mining museum.
From the mining museum. So, which is the yeah. But he says that's just a concrete path going down. Well, time flies when you're talking. We're up here where, right, this path divides, and Glenn actually came up here from the road near the Tin Mine Museum, which is the one I didn't bother with last time because I couldn't really see the attraction. Apparently it is concreted, isn't it, from somewhere down?
2/3 of it is dirt, and then it turns to concrete.
Right, and then you drop onto the road.
Down.
So this is the way I went last time. Glenn just did pop up a little bit, and here's this gate now, which is locked, and I assume somebody is building much further on. So we're getting towards now, well, a little way to go yet to where I left, where to turn round, but where we're going to continue from. But you can walk through here, it's a rough track at the side. Okay, so this is where I ended last time. And by starting a bit further along and walking a lot quicker this time, not stopping much. Been going an hour and 22 minutes. It's showing having gone up 500 metres, 540 metres, but I know that's not the case. It will rectify itself at the end of the walk. It's Katu. Yeah. So that's Katu. It just shows you how you come around. And those peaks on top, one of those could well be the tallest peak because they look pretty high. Because obviously you do that from the outskirts of Katu.
You're right, because I think this yellow dot that I put, now this is my 10-year-old track here. That yellow dot I think is the highest point, and we're pointing almost right at it, you see.
Yeah.
So that could be it. That could be the highest point.
Amazing how they come around. I mean, you see all these different ranges, but a lot of them you think are different, and the ones you have been to before.
From this angle.
No. Well, as you say, there's probably different, at least 4 ways up there.
Yeah.
So this is all new now, so we're going to continue up here, see what we can see. Hopefully that would be nice if it went along a ridge, wouldn't it, and you could get some views, but that doesn't often happen in Phuket. I'm sure you can't see this, but in the distance is Katu, and behind that is the Ban Wat Reservoir, and hopefully we'll be able to see the Manik Reservoir the other way in due course. This is, yeah, probably here from my breath. Now a lot steeper coming up, and we're just shy of 300 metres. And we're still going up.
And hopefully there's a 360-degree view at the top.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, but I've yet to see one of those. Well, we're now up at Fair High Point, and we have got some views. This is obviously where this guy is building, right up here on the top. What view he's got? Down here, again, one of those will be the high point. Probably, if I look at it, that one right in the distance, above the tree, Katu below. But then if you come this side, we have got, I have to say, quite spectacular view.
There's your 360 right up there, I bet. Look at the house there. Wow.
So, that is, let's get my bearings. You can see a little bit of Phang Nga Bay over there, but Phuket town will be, so where's that? That's just,
Phuket town will be over there.
oh, it's right over there.
This is Kata, I think. Let's see.
Ah, we're right, so this is actually the south coast. This is Kata, and Cape Padwa, you think that then? Cape Padwa, and then coming up into Phuket town there.
Right.
I'll tell you what, there's a lovely breeze up here. I've had absolutely no breath of that.
Whose house is that?
And obviously the guy who's building this house is terracing out all this land here for planting maybe rubber trees or fruit trees, who knows, both sides. But where he's built his house, he's got rather a splendid view. Totally illegal, but don't think people worry too much if it's a local farmer. We're going to continue to see where else it goes to. We should start, hopefully we should get a view over that way, if we can get a view, that is. We should get a view of Manik Reservoir. Oh, well, I'm really glad my curiosity got the better of me this time. So again, we're just trying to get bearings. We think that is the highest point of Phuket, that one, where Glenn's pointing to. And that one over there is where the radar tower is which Thai government always said was the highest spot, but we know isn't. Over there, you probably can't see it, but is the big Buddha statue coming down. This is all Katu. That's the Lock Palm, it's called a golf club. The reservoir behind there where Phuket Country Club is, and the sea is over there. Now, yeah, it's funny how the angles change, isn't it?
Told you we'd get a 360 up there.
Yes, that was me doubting Thomas, or doubting John in this case. So this guy here is building himself a... I saw PVC windows being driven up the last time I came up. And he's built himself a lovely little house up here. Totally illegal. It's 80 metres the roof. And we're 300 and some up here. And it is nice to get some breeze. So, oh, a lot better view now again of the sea. Again, you may not be able to see it on here, and the sun's shining on the big Buddha statue, and I can now see the radar ball very clearly. A wide expanse of sea over there. You can see Phang Nga Bay in the distance. Well, we reached another peak with a little house on it, a very good guard dog. There's a girl there saying we can't go the way we were going to go. Whether she's telling us that because it's private or because there's no way through. There seems to be a way through, but she says go this way. So we're just following the GPS at the moment to see where it goes.
Are you going now? You're crossing the road?
I don't know if you can see that, but that's...
Very slow.
That's a snake. It's a green tree snake, which are harmless. I wouldn't have seen it, it's so well camouflaged. Again, very unobserved.
If you're going to see a snake out here, that's the kind you want to see.
Yeah, that's definitely the one you want to try
I had
and
one
see.
drop on my shoulder one time out of the tree, fell. I said, you stupid snake.
It's really going slow. Yeah, it's going a bit now. There we go, we'll leave you on your way. Well, we just fed the puppies. You stay here now, you'll follow me.
Well, she likes living out here, but I bet she's glad she has phone signal.
Yeah. Don't know if she charges her phone. Come on. No, I see. Don't be following me. Come on, good boy. Come on. Yeah, it looks so it's quite steep contours. So we just had a stop here for 10 minutes. One, just to, there was a rain shower and actually it's swept over now. Two, I had to walk back, left my bag behind and walked back with one of the puppies that was following us. Made sure he didn't get lost. So we're now, there's no paths marked here at all, but Glenn's got this old trail that he walked before marked. He thinks it came in from that direction. And we're going to follow it down this way now. It's to go downhill quite steeply and should meet up with a path where we started. So the path we're on before rather, so it should do a circle. So the sun's out again. I just bumped into a spider's web. And there it is, that's a banana spider.
Yeah, show how big it is. I put my hand there, you can see how big he is.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Sorry about that, he's going right down
Yeah, he
here.
did a lot of work there for us to break
I'm
it.
going to try and get under that, otherwise it doesn't mind looking rough on me. Oh, there we are. You got it.
Fix that one corner and you're back in business.
This is heading downhill now. This path's been here a long time, but unmarked. And there's little offshoots. It's built by rubber workers, but it doesn't look as though these are being worked at all now. But this was the path you came down 12 years ago, yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing the Reverse of the island. Take your pick.
Well, there was another trail off to the right a little bit there. Maybe we should take that.
These are baby jackfruit. Going all the way up. It's a big tree. And we continue heading down. Here we are, we're back on the main path. We try to do like a circular route. Don't even attempt it unless you follow my GPS, and you will spend certainly the last kilometre or so. I spent it actually, oh yeah, it's steep. I actually sat down and slid down part of it because it's wet, it's slippy, and yeah, it's no real path.
About the girl at the top. There was a girl.
Yeah, the girl at the top. Yeah, probably I mentioned. She said no, you can't go through there, and we'd said. So we followed the way she said, which was going to take us down to Katu, we felt. So we came back, ignored what she'd said. Well, as you've probably gathered, I'm now back home again and showered and having a beer. Well-earned beer. The battery ran out, as you've probably realised. And I wasn't expecting to do that much filming. I have to tell you that last kilometre or two, that was steep, sheer almost at parts, and I ended up literally touching down on my bum because it was so slippy and very, very treacherous. But we got there, we got back onto a section of the path nearly where we met up, funnily enough, not far from that, and then finished the walk off. As I was saying at the end there, I would not recommend you do that last bit at all, even if you can find it. By all means, go past that viewpoint to where this lady quite wisely told us don't go down there. She probably knew what was ahead. But at the same time, the path she did show us was not where we wanted to go. We did see another path, and guess what? On another day, we're going to explore that and see if that maybe takes us up over the top of the next hill. We'll find out. But I highly recommend the walk, certainly to that viewpoint. But I would do it before too long, because he's obviously going to plant trees there, and once those trees are there, that view will be gone forever. So get up there while you can. It's a great walk, and I'll post a trail on alltrails as usual. If you want it, just contact me. Take care. I'm now going to I deserve this. I don't know why it is, but Glenn always seems to take me down steep hills. This time I wasn't falling down, but I did go down very, very carefully, sat down most of the time. Cheers.